What is good, boys? How's everybody doing today?
Doing good, man. Doing good.
You're muted, Ray.
Off to a good start.
No, we still can't hear you. Oh, we lost Ray. Just wanted to recap real quick. Steve is dealing with some stuff today, so he's not able to join us on the podcast. He said he might hop on later, so just heads up. And if he hops on, cool. And if not, he'll be here next week, hopefully, if he doesn't quit Idiots with Mics. Here we got Ray back.
How about now?
There we go.
Yeah, there you go.
Now we can hear you.
It's all
That man
good.
dropping the ball already.
All right, say bye. Go.
It's all good, man. Hey, I was giving you guys a recap. Steve might not be here today. He said he might join, but he's dealing with some stuff. So hopefully he'll be all right and everything's cool, and we'll see him next week.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like a plan.
But yeah, now that we had a very exciting start to this, how's everybody doing?
Doing good.
What's new over there with you, Jeremy? What's going on?
Absolutely nothing, man. Just living the dream out here. I do got baseball season that started on Thursday. Represent my M's. So that's exciting, man. I love baseball season, so I'm right in the thick of it.
No, man, all my baseball stuff's considered racist, so I ain't wearing
it.
That's unfortunate.
They're not the Cleveland Indians no more, huh?
They're the
Guardians.
They're the Guardians.
You know where you got the idea? You know that stupid bridge by the west side market?
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. Those two Guardian statues on each end, yeah.
Oh, great. Oh, that's dumb. I mean...
Well, some of the names they wanted were like Cleveland Rockers or Cleveland... You want to go back to Cleveland Spiders? I'm like, no. Keep it how it is. Keep offending people. Move on.
Yeah, well...
Yep.
Well... I'm not much of a baseball type of dude. I did hear everywhere I heard it was opening day. I was like, oh, that's cool, Just fucking 180 some games to go.
Some teams show up.
Hey, 162, man. 162, not 180.
Hey, listen. Some teams
for those that don't make the playoffs is 162.
The Rockies ain't seeing past 162. Joe's on there. Just based by opening day.
Or the Oakland A's.
Hey, I can play them every week. I don't care.
So Richie, just so you know, the Oakland A's, they're looking to move to Vegas here before too long. They're averaging like 3,000 people. 3,000 people.
Looks badass. Have you seen the plans for it?
I have.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
Oh, it looks like what is that? That Sydney Opera House? Is that what it is, or something like that? It looks just like that. It's right smack in the middle of the strip. It's gonna look dope.
I hear it's going to be like a smaller capacity, but I think that's going to work for the strip. I mean, like 35,000.
35,000. They're gonna. We get so many tourists that just random tourists are gonna go watch baseball there. They're gonna pack it out every single time. So it don't matter. Like I've gone to Golden Knights games, and there when we go, like there's just like normal random people, like random ass hockey fans, and it's pretty cool.
Right.
So it's not a bad thing. It's when it's in the strip, you get a lot of tourists. So, but yeah, well, enough about baseball. We're not here for baseball. We're here for the NFL, and the formerly known as tackle football. Now it's looking like it's going to be flag.
How do you feel about that, Richie?
I mean, if you can't tell, we're going to go ahead and say what we're talking about. We're talking about the owners changing the rule where you're not allowed to hip drop anymore, which I get because players are getting injured. I get that, but they are going so far into making this easier for the offense. Like, how are you supposed to tackle somebody from behind now? You can't get them from the horse collar. Now you can't drop the hip. Yeah. Like, how are you supposed to tackle anybody?
Just jump
Like,
on their back, I guess.
maybe put a flag on their back, and that's what you pull, because that's what it's turning out to be, is to be flag football.
I mean, if they got some long hair, just quick tug.
Oh, that's not what we're gonna do, because pulling a flag is not enough. Let's pull hair now. Is that what we're doing?
Hey,
man,
that's why when Troy Polamalu ever had like an interception, I was kind of hoping someone just grab him by the hair, whip him down, do something. Never
there
happened.
There was a couple times that they tackled them by the hair.
Did they?
There was a couple times, because I remember, I clearly remember, like, it happening, or maybe it wasn't Troy, but I remember it happening, and the commentators saying, well, if your hair sticks out of your helmet, it's part of the uniform. You can use it.
Yeah.
So
That's true.
If you have a lot of hair, if they grab it, it's part of the game. But at this rate that we're going, we're probably going to make that illegal too.
Yeah.
Having a lot of hair is not something I've ever had to be worried about.
Let's see it. I don't believe you. Oh no!
That's right.
You have the chance of your hair growing back is as good as the Mariners making the playoffs, huh?
Oh no, less, man. Mariners got a pretty good team this year, but I thought that was enough about baseball.
Well, I see nothing but Mariners crap on you. Every time I look at you, I just think of Mariners.
We've been terrible for 20 years, bro. We're on the upward swing.
I know.
Right.
I listened to a podcast where the host is a Mariners fan, and it's funny because he's a diehard 49er fan, but he's also a Mariners fan. Yeah. I don't get it either. But shout out to at Stats on Fire for the Gold Standard podcast. He's a big Mariners fan, and he was like, he's pumped. That's who I heard, opening day. He's like, he was mad because the Mariners missed the playoffs last year by one game. So, like, that's the only reason. One, I don't know. He said one, so that's all I know.
I think we were 2 games behind, but it was close. It was real close going into the end of the year.
Well, but anyway.
I will say, if he's a diehard Mariner fan, that is like, it's true, because you're either a diehard Mariner fan or you're not.
Oh, he is. He's the people on the chat were like giving him crap about being a Mariners fan, and he was just like, he's like a Browns fan. Like, you can't hear anything nothing's gonna faze you. You can't say nothing that's gonna faze you.
That's right.
Oh, we got a little one in the picture. Hello.
Hey, what's up? Say hi.
Say what's up to our homies from Brussels.
International market, I like it.
Yep.
I do like that.
But
he stumbled across this, but hey, thank you.
Whichever, bro. I don't care. That's a true homie, because it shows me he's watched 2 episodes, 2 out of the 3. He missed the second one. The third one he watched though. So
nice.
That's what's up. Or he or she. My bad. I don't know what it is.
They have to get caught up.
They watched it.
Use the right pronouns, Rich.
Speaking of Caleb Williams.
Dude, hey, listen. I thought that was a joke when I sent that to you guys.
Ooh, that man had you know what? I'm gonna leave it there, because I'm not trying. Nope, I'm gonna leave it alone. That is a subject that we cannot talk about, because although I'm not homophobic at all, it's just hilarious that you know what? We need Steve for this one.
Oh yeah, we do.
We'll circle back around to that.
Yeah. No. It's just.
I saw that. Steve was the first person I thought of when I saw that. I was like, oh man.
No, I saw the video circulating the internet. I was just like, hey man, you know what? At least he's accessorizing correctly.
Yeah.
That's just a man that doesn't care.
Which is fine.
Yeah, no, that's great. You do you,
if I was Chicago, I'd be thinking very hard about my first choice. I'll tell you that.
All right, so back to the NFL rule change.
Yes, Jeremy.
That hip drop.
Talk to me, Jeremy. What do you feel about it? Because to me, it's a very go ahead. We'll discuss some more.
I don't have strong feelings one way or the other. I do think for the first couple of years, they're probably going to make a lot of calls. Maybe that shouldn't be called. A lot of penalties out there.
Yeah.
Maybe after the first couple of years, they'll kind of die down. I get it. Trying to save runners' legs. A lot of blowouts with knees. I just don't know if that's the best way to go about it. It just all depends on how the language is on how they're going to call the penalties.
Well, if we're talking about language, would you like? Let me see if I can pick it up and see what the actual language of this is.
Okay.
No tackle from behind.
Well, Diddy would be upset.
You'd have to cut that out.
Woo! Hell no, I'm not cutting that out. What are you talking about? Don't invite me to none of your parties. I can buy my own clothing, damn it. But oh man, I can't even find it. Oh, here we go. Okay, no, so it's just super long. I'm not gonna sit here and read it, but yeah, basically, no tackles from behind. You can't grab onto the hip and then let your body fall down, and basically your whole body weight is landing on the ankles and feet of the opposing player. So
basically, if you tackle them from behind, you twist them down. That should be okay.
That's basically. I'm guessing that's what it's going to. You have to twist, but man, these guys run extremely fast, and the NFL is already set to benefit the offense. You are giving them another thing that defenses have to worry about. I can't do this, or I'm going to get penalized and or fined or kicked out of the game. Like, what more are they doing? Like, man, like, I don't know. It's such an iffy rule to me. I get it because, the NFL is a business. They got to protect their investment, and if most people that are getting tackled from behind like that are playmakers. You don't want to see them go down because they're the ones that score touchdowns. They're the ones that make the crowd go wild. They're the people that fill the seats. But at the end of the day, football is a violent sport, and you gotta stop making it very. They're watering it down to the point where, yeah, you might as well just throw on flags on everybody and just call it flag football.
That's what we're getting to.
I agree with that.
Kickoff rule. That new kickoff.
Did that go through?
Yeah,
it went
did.
through.
Okay. Oh, nice.
Yeah, they actually. I'm kind of mixed on. I don't like the idea that you're gonna have a kickoff zone.
Wait, hold on. Let's throw the T. Are you talking about the kickoff?
Yeah.
No. Leave that one. We'll start a whole new segment of that because I love that rule.
Okay.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. Okay.
I'm torn on that one.
Well, let's go back to the hip drop thing. Going back to the tackling. Does anybody know how many players were injured last season because of it? I know Mark Andrews was one of them. I know the one that impacted really hard and that he hasn't been the same since is Tony Pollard not in the championship game, but in the playoffs against the Niners. Unfortunately, a Niner defender grabbed him and tackled him and landed on his ankle and just snapped it. So it's a very, very dangerous play. And sure, like in that sense, I'm with the, hey, you got to be careful with that. But how does anybody have an actual idea on how you stop that? Because it's momentum, right? Like,
yeah.
you grab on to tackle somebody from behind like that. It's momentum to take them to the ground. Your body's going to go on the ground, and momentum's going to carry their body forward, meaning their feet are going to get left behind, and you land on their feet on accident.
Right.
How do you stop that? You know, it's tough. You know,
I don't
that's
see
some.
a thing as far as how many injuries there were last year, but as far as leg injuries, 20% of them last season were torn ACLs out of all leg injuries.
But
I
see,
don't have
that's
any.
not.
But you see, a lot of that can be the playing surface. Nick Chubb, his MCL or PCL?
It was
But
one
Nick
of the
Chubb's knee,
CLs.
but Nick Chubb's knee injury was more of like a dirty hit from what it wasn't. These defenders can't do anything else. I'm sorry.
But then you got
too high, you're getting flagged, and you're
Don't
taking
mind
away
me.
from the defense at this point. You might as well go
Right.
7-on-7.
Well, then you also have, like Richie mentioned, you have fields like the Jets have. You hate going in there because of how terrible the turf is.
Yeah.
Oh, we have a big problem when it comes to that. Like
That, and I believe the Commanders as well. Their turf.
We have we as a team, the Niners, knowing from experience, they have a big problem going into MetLife Stadium. They don't want to go in there. That was the stadium where Nick Bosa on the second week of the season, they complained about the field before the game, and they said, "Well, let's play it." He didn't get through. I think I think it was either the first or second series, and he blew out his ACL.
Yeah.
That's terrible. So that leads me to they talk about oh, we made this rule because player safety. Bullshit. Because you go ahead and add an 18th game to the season, right? You go ahead and keep having those stupid Thursday night games where teams are playing on Sunday and then they got to turn around and play on Thursday. They have no rest. You don't care about the safety of the players.
You hear a new one this year? 2 games on Christmas on Wednesday. Now, those 2 teams would have to play on Thursday in order to play Wednesday. For those 4 teams. That's the only way to make it work. Or come off a bye week.
Yeah,
That'd be the other way.
They would have to play. They would have to play Thursday. So their schedule would look like this: Sunday night or Sunday game, Thursday game, and leading up to the Wednesday game. That would be the only way that it would make sense. Because if you have them play on a Sunday and then play Wednesday, that you ain't worried about the team safety, man, the player safety.
Unless you come off a bye week. That's the only. There's only 2 ways.
But for Christmas, I don't think Christmas by that time there is no bye week anymore. I think bye weeks end like around what week? Maybe week 11, week 12. I'm not sure. I don't remember off the top of my head, but that would be a late ass bye week. Holy crap! But yeah, that's that. They don't care about player safety, man. I get it. I get it. They're, like I said, they're trying to make this game safer, but you can't make it safe. It's a violent sport to begin with. It's like telling rugby players to stop tackling.
Right.
Yeah.
That's literally what
the schedule
you're doing.
too is. They're like, oh, we got rid of an extra preseason game because you're playing 18 games. Yeah, you got rid of it, but you tacked it on in the season. That's a problem.
Yeah, you got rid of it to put more in the season. You didn't do anything special. We seen what you did there. It wasn't special.
Yeah. So it was one less week of watching guys be bagging groceries by week 1.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Yeah. So yeah, like this whole thing about wanting their excuses for player safety, I don't buy it. It's maybe I get it. They're trying to protect star players.
Yeah.
If they came out and said that, like, you know what, our star players are getting caught in the crossfire, and but at the end of the day, you're watering down football. You're watering down what football is, and what if you watch it, you're expecting violence.
Well, the first time Lamar or Mahomes gets hurt on a Thursday night game after playing on a Sunday,
Ooh, they don't take that off.
Ooh. Oh, absolutely.
There won't be no more Thursday night game.
No, you make them Thursdays, put like the crap teams on there, like Arizona and Chicago.
Well, I mean, there's still the crap
every
teams.
every week.
No, for real. Like, they just need to get rid of Thursday night football. They have some really crappy matchups. It is terrible.
I can't believe
man.
one.
I mean, hey, we're gonna miss out on games like the Bears and the Jets, man.
Oh no! What are we gonna do? Two dumpster fires fighting. Which one's
we
better?
always play Seattle on Thursday, and it's like you already know how it's gonna end.
You do.
You already know how it's gonna end.
We'll see.
I'm kidding, Jeremy. All right, Jesus, don't be sensitive now.
I'm not saying we owned you guys for like 10 years, so it's got to turn at some point.
It wasn't 10 years. Get the hell out of here. It wasn't 10 years.
It was almost the entire time Russ was with us.
It was not 10 years. You didn't own us because when we were good and y'all were good, sure, those were good battles. From like 13 to like, I don't know, 18, sure, I'll give it to you. You own the hell out of us.
All right, we'll go with 5 years. 5 years.
Okay,
all right.
So there you go. I hated playing Seattle because I hated seeing that little hobbit mofo run around like he was the shit. And, all right, man. So, what do you guys? I have a serious question for you guys. What do you guys feel about the new kickoff rule? If you guys don't know, if you haven't kept up, but the new kickoff rule is gonna look like the XFL, in the sense where, if I'm not mistaken, all players except the returner and the kicker are gonna be at the 40-yard line. Is it the 30 or 40?
They're
gonna be 5 yards and 5 yards apart.
Yeah, I think
5 yards apart.
40
or 30. Let me see. And what it is 40-yard line. So at the 40-yard line, and the kicker kicks it, they cannot move until the ball lands or the receiver catches it. So, how do you guys feel about that? Let's start with you, Jeremy. How do you feel about that, man?
I'm all for it. I really am. I think it was something like 10% of all returns or of kickoffs were being returned last couple of years. I think it's going to add an interesting element. Maybe make the kickoff a little bit more interesting because we don't have the kickoff returns like we used to have. We'll see how it works out. But I'm more excited about that than the other rule that they instituted over this offseason.
Definitely.
I think it's gonna make it a lot more exciting.
Okay, yeah, of course. Ray, how do you feel about this?
I'm kind of torn on, man. I like the violent collisions, but I like the idea it's going to add a little more strategy in. Like, it's going to be almost like a running play, essentially. Now, think about it. That is going to. Man, I wish I had Josh Curtis as my returner now. Oh,
let me set you guys up set you guys up with a picture that I see in my mind. All right, think about it like this: you go out there and you're on the kick. You're kicking the ball off to the Niners, right? And you're like, "Whoo, crap! I'm kicking it to Deebo Samuels." And
you got a choice to make.
He might not be the fastest, but you get that man in the open, he gonna snatch a chain. I love it. I love that they're making this, like as Jeremy said, they're gonna make this a lot more interesting. It's gonna be that the kickoff play is gonna be irrelevant again.
Yeah.
For the longest time, it wasn't. I love it because of that. Like I said, as soon as I read that, I'm like, oh man, your strategy is going to change a little. I think, in my opinion, I would put out there the best blockers you got because you don't need these athletic guys to run down the field and block. No, all you need is damn near your offensive line.
Yeah.
You need your offensive line,
Yeah.
And you need a bunch of blockers, tight ends, the biggest, fastest you can find, and then you kick to a dude named Debo Samuel, who is like, okay, give me the ball in space, and I'm gonna take this to the house.
Make something happen.
So, I mean,
I do
did
think
you
it's
guys
going to be
know?
cool.
Oh, go
I do
ahead.
think it's going to be. I do think it's going to be cool because I mean, you don't have people anymore like your Percy Harvins, Devin Hester's. You know, I mean, they're like I said, the kickoff has been pretty much a mute point. So I think it's going to make it a lot more exciting, man.
And that's I think the sport the football sport needs that. I think you're right. Like when you used to watch Devin Hester, oh man, that guy was electric.
Magical.
He was the Chicago Bears. All right.
Yo, Dante Hall, man.
Oh, Dante.
That dude.
Okay, so you would watch.
Who'd you say?
Dante Hall from the Chiefs.
Okay.
Come on, man.
No, I didn't hear the name.
Yeah, Dante, man, that dude. Oh my god. Oh.
Man, you think of those guys, you would literally be like, no, I'm hiring this kicker that can kick it to the back of the end zone because I'm not kicking it to those guys. There's no way in hell I'm kicking it to those guys. Those guys were game changers, man. You didn't want to kick off to them, and if you didn't have a strong leg kicker or punter that can kick it out of the back of the end zone, man, you better buckle up your chin strap, put your seatbelt on, and hang on for dear life because those dudes were going to make you hate the kickoff. I hated it. I for a while there we had Ted Ginn Jr. and Ted Ginn was decent at kickoff. Like he was quick, but man, he was in Hester, he was in Hall. Who's another one? Was it Sanders? Was another one that was really good at that, or was he punt return?
Josh Cribbs was really good.
Oh, Cribbs was taking it to the crib. I'll tell you that. I lived in Cleveland when that happened. When he was there,
that dude.
I had my fair share of like just every time the kickoff came around, you're like, yep, I'm gonna watch this because he has the potential to take it to the house from anywhere.
Absolutely.
Oh, man. Yeah, Hester. I loved Hester. I loved Devin Hester. He those were the days where Jay Cutler was there, but like Jay Cutler, that was before he knew he had diabetes or something like that. And he was playing without medication. He didn't know. So that's why he was kind of like he had like shitty seasons or something like that. I don't know if it was diabetes, but it was something like that. I watched it.
Some kind of health issue.
Yeah, where he didn't know about it and he didn't understand why he would first, second, third quarter he was cool, but the fourth quarter came around and he was just like it didn't matter how much he trained, he was just like gassed. He was gone and he didn't want to. He couldn't play no more. but yeah, no. Hester was badass. Ed Reed returned a lot of punts as well. He was electric when it came to
Ed Reed scared the living hell out of me, no matter what he did.
Hey, Ed Reed was scary, man. He still is.
Yeah, he was.
He still is, man. Man, but yeah, no, the kickoff. I think for sure, man. It's gonna be wild. I'm excited for it again. When I saw that, I'm like, yo, like they finally took something from another league and they incorporated it. And I'm like, yo, like that's actually a good.
Well, they developed a partnership, like some kind of like a safety, like some kind of like partnership where they have run ideas here first, then if it works, we're gonna bring it here. That's what they do.
Kind of like how the MLB's doing automated strike zone in the minor leagues, testing that out before they bring it to the majors.
I cannot wait for that.
Yeah, right there with you.
But the thing about it is, though, are you guys like for it or against it?
I'm for it.
Well, as long as you got, and Richie gets a little tangent on the MLB, and I apologize, but as long as there's still people like Angel Hernandez behind the plate,
no,
we need an automated strike zone.
To be honest with you, I don't know what you're talking about, but
honestly, most hated umpire in all of baseball.
Seriously, when we're done, look up Angel Hernandez on YouTube. Like he has I think I saw like a 5-10 minute clip of him blowing calls. he had 2 calls reversed in the same inning at one point during a playoff game.
But
I mean, the ball will go down
my
the center.
my thing is though, like, because you have to account for human error.
Yeah.
And that's what the I believe that referees bring that into the equation. It's almost like I literally watched a video about how the referees didn't call a single hold in the
On the
Super
Chiefs
Bowl.
O-line.
And man, I watched countless snaps of them just holding. And of course, I'm a Niner fan, so everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, you're just a homer,"
No,
But
there's holding on every play.
you watch it, and you're like, "Oh hell no!" Like come on, man! Like you should have called that, at least.
Right.
And so, but you have to take that into account.
And I've got no problem with the human element. They can still be behind the plate. Just let where the balls and strikes are. They have a grid set up. If it hits within that grid, it's a strike. If it's outside, it's a ball. It's that easy.
Yep.
Andrew Hernandez, they'll have a ball come straight down the center, man, and he'll call it a ball.
But yeah. How in real time are they gonna know? Like, hey, this is the strike. It hit strike zone. Like, no. Like, it just maybe they need to invest more in a program to teach these refs or these umpires.
A lot of it too is on the catchers, because these catchers are being taught now. If it's like real low, get it and bring it like back up as high as you can, which is
pitch framing.
absolutely uncalled for. I saw that a couple times last night. But
like I said,
it drove me nuts.
It's the human element. You don't take that away from sports. You take that away from sports, you might as well just have AI completely reffing the games. And you're not.
It's not taking the entire human element out of there. You're still gonna have that umpire behind home plate. He just I don't know how it works. Like I said, they're working down in the minor leagues.
At that point, doing what?
Well, if you got to play at home, you need someone to call safer out.
You can just put a speaker and have the AI fucking scream it out. You probably pay the speaker less.
I don't need to hear Siri out there.
Yeah, the first time you piss off Siri, and next thing you know, they're taking over the world. We're living in Terminator, and so everything goes to hell. That's all I'm saying.
This could be the robot uprising.
AI.
This motherfucker said the Terminator. He said Sarah Connor's gonna come save us.
No.
But no, but going back to the kickoff, I think it's a great thing. I think it's gonna be a great thing for the NFL. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see how coaches adapt, how they strategize, because they are gonna have to strategize. It's different. It is basically a running play, and unfortunately, the kicking team is gonna be at disadvantage because not unless you got like a kicker that can fully just play
like a Janikowski.
Yeah, no, not even. I mean, because Janikowski just gives up on half the play. You know what I mean? I've seen it.
Well, I'm just saying he had one hell of a leg. He's just gonna hit worth of shit sometimes.
No. Janikowski gave up on the play like the Oakland City gave up on the Raiders. No, yeah, like the kicker's gonna have to make some tackles because I'll tell you what, man. Like I said, strategy is you're gonna have to make levels. You're gonna have to take instead of I don't know. Personally, the way I look at it is you're gonna have to take a level like 5 guys push and try to stop them in that first level, and like 2 or 3 guys gotta kind of stay back, because if he breaks that first level of those 5 yards, whoever it is, they're gone. The kicker ain't gonna catch them. And if you had Debo streaking down the field against a kicker, I will put my hard-earned money that Debo's gonna run over his ass before he lets the kicker tackle him. If it's between him and the touchdown, like nah.
Right.
So, but yeah. So I think it's gonna be very exciting. I think it's gonna be great. I
think we're gonna have a lot more. I think we're gonna have a lot more balls start within the 35 to 40 yard range. I really do.
Yeah, because a lot of teams are just gonna say kick it out of the back of the end zone. Don't even risk it.
Yeah.
Don't even risk it.
Aren't there
Don't-
penalties though for kicking out of the end zone?
What's up?
What's that?
I think they induce penalties though. If you don't kick it inside that zone, I think there's penalties. Like one penalty comes out to the 30, one comes out to the 40. I think.
No, I think it's on the other way. If they kick it out of the back of the end zone, it's fine. But if they kick it in that zone where everybody's at, like you have to kick it past, I think 25. If you there's no more like fair catch at the 10-yard line and it comes out to the 30. No, it doesn't. There's no more of that. If the kicker kicks it between, I think, and don't quote me completely. If he kicks it between the 25 and the 1-yard line, they have to run it out.
They have no choice.
There's no more fair catching it right there. But if he kicks it out of the back of the end zone, sure, it comes out to like the 25 or the 30 or something like that. But
Or they still have it if you catch it in the end zone too, right? You can kneel it.
yeah, that's different.
You know,
Yeah,
I think that's what
it
was. If you catch it in the end zone, you kneel it. It comes out to the 30. But the kicking team kicks out of the end zone, then I think it comes out to the 40. I think.
Oh yeah,
I think that's what it was.
I think so. Yeah. Let me see. Yeah. I think you're right.
Which that's. I mean, we can do penalize Justin Tucker for kicking it through the first row of seats.
Absolutely.
I don't know if you guys saw the whole list of like rules that were approved.
I saw like a third challenge. They approved that one.
There's a third challenge. Coaches can make a third replay challenge if either of their first two challenges are successful. So you can have a good one and a bad one, and you still got a third one.
Okay.
If you suck ass and you miss both of them, you cannot.
You don't get a third.
So
you have to get
coaches. Another one that I saw is you can replay. You can, and you know what? I don't like this though because it's gonna slow down the play. But I also do like it in the sense I'm kind of torn. You can replay now to see if the game clock expired or not.
I like that.
I like that because there are times where I'm screaming at the TV like, "Yo, that was at 0.
Double zeros.
That was done." Like, come on, man.
It's not even like it was like a half a second past. It's like, yo, come on, 2 seconds extra. Let's go, man.
What?
But we'd be at -1 right now.
Yeah.
My shit said 0 like 5 seconds ago. Come on, man. So
I don't have quite a problem with that one. I think that one, I mean, it might slow it down a little bit, but, I don't think it's going to be used as much.
Also, another very important one that I like is you can now replay. You can now replay whether the quarterback was down before he threw the ball.
Was that not reviewable before?
No.
I
It
thought
wasn't
it was.
reviewable before. No, not if it could be checked by the NFL, I believe, right? But you couldn't challenge it.
So if they were within the 2 minutes, you could, but you couldn't challenge.
Yeah.
Okay,
The NFL could review it, and they could
but
be
the
like,
team couldn't
"Hey."
challenge it.
Yeah, but the team couldn't challenge it. I think, right? Or am I making up shit right now?
I think
Hold
you're
on,
right.
let
I
me-
think the NFL could only challenge it and never did.
I
But
love how every time I click on these rules, I swear to God, I got NFL.com open. Every time I click on these rules, the first picture I see is the Chiefs and the Niners in the Super Bowl. So whatever these rules are coming out of is because that's what I'm seeing. Because it came out of that shit, all right?
well, the thing with that too
see.
is they're going to look to, or he's down, but was he outside the tackle box? Was he inside? Then you're looking at grounding and.
Are you going to lose a down or?
Okay, so here's
Yeah.
the full. Here is the full wording of this. Reviews to see if a quarterback was down or out of bounds were already allowed, but they were not permitted to overturn an incorrect ruling the other way by the officials. So if they ruled, so basically now you can overturn it. If they ruled it how they ruled it, that's it.
So why even review it in the first place?
This will now change the new rule that says, or this will now change, and the new rule says that a completed pass will stand if replay shows the officials were wrong. But no yardage gain after the catch will be added.
So basically, if they caught it and it's ruled, like Amari Cooper had one, I think, against Houston or something. He caught either Houston or he was at home against somebody. He caught one on the sideline, tiptoed down the sideline, never stepped out. They ruled he was out of incomplete pass, never caught.
Okay.
But
This one's interesting, but I'm okay with it. Anything that affects the offense, I'm okay with it. Because the fucking offense has it really easy.
Right.
You know what I mean?
100%.
But let me see if there's another one that looks interesting to me.
Yeah, unfortunately, this last week or so, I haven't really been paying attention too much with baseball season starting and whatnot. It's been more focused on that, so kind of excited to hear about some of these changes, man. I mean, I did hear about the tackle one, but the kickoff, that's exciting. Absolutely exciting to me.
Yeah, man. I mean, I think they did a good job with it. The tackle one is the only one that I really have an issue with, and it's just like, but I get it. I'm for it and I'm against it. I
never want to see anybody get hurt in an NFL game.
Exactly. But at the end of the day, you signed up for this. You gave
you know it's a risk.
dollars,
Yeah.
and you know the risk.
There's a reason I don't play football.
It's like flying a jet plane. Like you know that you know what you're getting yourself into.
99.9% of the time, you're going to be safe. But
yeah, but it happens. Shit happens,
Yeah.
And so I think they did a good job with this. I think they came up with some good things. The only thing that I can't imagine is, you know, the tackling thing was a little off, and I don't know how you prevent that. With
Right.
other than and now how do you tell a defensive player that you're chasing down the field and you're like, how the hell do I tackle him? You're a defensive player and you're like, okay, well, I'm chasing this dude down the field. How do I tackle him?
So I got a question for you when it comes to that then. Do you think we're going to see more ankle issues as far as, all right, I can't wrap them around the waist, so I'm going to wrap them around the feet?
Well, that's still going to lead to knee issues.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true too.
I don't get it. Like, I don't think they thought this one through before they implemented it. I think they should have done it in the sense of like, you know, I don't know. I don't even know how to do it. I think they needed to think about this one a little further because it doesn't make sense. I don't want to see players get hurt. I'm not advocating that. I don't want to see them get hurt. But I also, how do you tell a defender like, hey, this dude just flew by you, but you can't wrap him up and drop your hips.
I do think we're going to see some bogus calls to start off with. I really do.
Yeah, that's for sure. Well, and you're going to see offenses benefit from that because some guys they're not gonna want to wrap up. You're talking about, let's just say let's say on a kickoff, you have a rookie that's playing that's only making $600,000, $800,000 a year,
right?
And they're like, they're like, well, no, hell no, I'm not gonna wrap that guy up that just passed by me. I have to let him go because if they fine me, it's gonna be a $20,000-$30,000 fine. I can't afford that.
Right.
So you're gonna see that aspect get affected, and I don't know. I think they didn't do a great job with it. I think they didn't think it through. I get where they're coming from, and if they were to come out and just be like, hey, yeah, we're trying to protect our superstars, then it's more acceptable. But don't come out here with that bullshit that we're trying to protect the players, because you ain't trying to protect shit. You're trying to protect your pockets. You made an investment on superstars, and you want to see them out on the field. That's what you're.
With all the superstars on there, you're not going to be making near the money.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that 100%, Rick.
But yeah, man. So, anything else you guys got in mind here? Like I said, Steve, Steve couldn't make it today. He has some issues going on, but we're all human. We're all real people. We we're hard workers, like like everybody else watching us. So, we appreciate you guys tuning in. We appreciate you guys, everything you guys do for us. Please like and subscribe to the video. That helps us reach everybody else out. But anything else you guys want to talk about today?
I don't think so.
I'm kind of upset that there was no dump takes.
Jeremy, that's
on you.
literally what I was about to go to. All right, I was about to go to and be like, Jeremy, give me your hot take of the week.
All right, so my hot take of the week, I think that the leading team in the NFL this season, I don't know which team it's going to be, but they're going to have 5 returns for touchdowns this year. That is my hot take.
That's my hot take.
What's the over?
Could it be the Niners with Debo? I don't know.
I hope so.
Me, of course, as a Hawks fan, I would love to see Charbonnet get some chances to return some balls. He's not as quick, but that guy is a steamroller, man. He reminds me a little bit of Marshawn Lynch. Just rolls through people.
Every time I hear that guy's name, I just want champagne, all right? I want some champagne.
Yeah, I know, right? Just want something to drink. Like I said, man, it could be exciting to see this season, at least with that one rule change. But yeah, 5.
Yeah, man, I'm excited too. And I can't wait. The draft is going to be in like a couple weeks or so, right?
Yeah.
2 or 3 weeks.
Middle of April?
I can't wait for that. Hopefully our teams don't disappoint. I'm not holding my breath because our teams are retarded sometimes when it comes to that.
I learned my lesson. I don't get excited about anything.
I would also like to put out there. I'm going to be down there in your neck of the woods, Rich, at the end of April. So maybe we'll do a semi-live show from your place.
Hell yeah, bro. We can definitely do that. Face-to-face type thing. Hell yeah.
And it'll actually be on my birthday. That'll work out nice.
I'm trying to get ready to come out here. That man
come on out, Ray. End of April, bro.
His face. All right. He's some strange in his life. Come on, man.
You ain't kidding.
Hey, I'm just saying, if I'm not advocating for those hard workers, but hey, somebody's got to help them pay through college.
Yeah.
I heard there's a lot of massage parlors out there where Ray's at.
Hey,
They're at.
There's a really shady one, man. I showed you guys.
Hey, call Derek. He knows where they're at.
I told my dad that Deshaun's real name was Derek. He's like, no, it's not. I said, yeah, I swear to God it is. He's like, are you serious? I'm like, yeah. It might be what he's going by the massage parlors then.
Yeah, he goes by Big Daddy Derek. Oh man, they're like, oh,
You look like Deshaun Watson. That ain't me.
Oh, Big Daddy Derek is here. All right, man. With that,
on that note,
appreciate you guys joining me. I appreciate you guys joining us. Another good episode. Thank you guys for listening. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your family. Much love. Peace.
see you next week.